We're going to try to do this in one take. And I'm not going to stop while I'm recording because I want this to be as organic and as authentic as humanly possible. Plus, I've tried to do this at least 10 times before I decided to say, fuck it. Whatever happens, just happens. So, if you want or desire or like the ASMR version of just somebody doing it raw in the podcast sense, today's your lucky day. This is going to be amazing because I'm completely out of my comfort zone in the sense of I don't want to be doing this, but I'm doing this for the greater good, for the art, for what I believe in, for what I hope to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, I also have cards because I want to have some structure. Then once I get this formula down, ooh, boy, we're going to be off to the races. Please excuse, I don't want you to excuse anything because I'm not going to say I'm sorry. So here we go. Welcome to Just Killing Time. Again, meaning there have been several renditions of this podcast. This is Just Killing Time episode fucking uncountable. I don't know what version of this it is. I have had a very difficult time trying to settle in on exactly what I want this podcast to be. I've had a hard time trying to decide what I want to put out into the world. And then it's this little bit of, not a little bit, this is a whole lot of pressure to just create content so I can gain followers, so I can do what I really want to do, which is be in a small theater of like maybe 300, 150 to like 300 people, 400 maybe, sitting on a stool talking about things that I want to talk about in a very hilarious way, right? So I had to create content so I can gain followers, so people will come pay to see me, right? Because that's the only way I can do what it is that I really want to do. And this is how I choose to do it. Until I can get on stage the way I want to, I have chosen to use this format for my podcast. It's a brick wall, there's some art, a microphone, a mic stand, and the stool that I got to sit on so I could talk and sit on a stool, but the fucking stool is too small, and now I'm using it to hold my phone because I'm not going to go out and get another stool. I'm just not going to get another stool. So people who have seen me do this before, there's been some highs and some lows. I've met some great people. I've met Tito, I've met Noble. I've met some great people over the years from putting this podcast out. I had some growing pains because I was very unfiltered. I said what I was thinking. I said the things that I thought would get me accepted and reflect where I was from, which is the South. In the South, not everybody, but it does have the reputation of being narrow-minded. And I was a part of that because I wanted to be accepted. And also, it was just the teaching. I'm sorry. The same thing goes for the Bible. You are what you ingest, right? So I'm an artist and I want to work, but I want to work because I have stuff I want to get off my chest. And this is how I'm going to do it. That means like you have to be here. Like if I do this, you have to be here. If I say something you like, you have to support that. If I'm doing something you enjoy, you have to acknowledge that. The engagement shit, like all this engagement and content stuff, you got to engage so the numbers will go up. And then I don't have to have a manager, or I don't have to have an agent, or I don't have to have both, or I don't have to have anybody, and I can just be my own one-man army and not have to pay people to say they know me so they can make money off of me. I may be saying too much right there, but I don't know what to tell you. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I know I'm going to try. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. And if we're being honest, none of us know exactly what we're doing. You don't. You think you do. You came into the world. Someone said you need to do this and this and this and this, and then you'll be a good whatever you are in your culture. Whatever your culture is, you'll be a good one of that if you do these things. You be a doctor, a lawyer, tech company, whatever the fuck, whatever you need to do so your family will say, that's my child, right? We're all doing some version, that dance. We're dancing for approval. You can kid yourself and say you're not, but we're all dancing for approval. And with me, I'm gonna do it, with my podcast. And you may have, this podcast is for me. This is my way of getting the shit out. Some of you may have a new boss, some of you may have a new baby, a new platform, but we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to do the thing that makes us say, are you proud of me? Are you trying to make yourself proud? A lot of people that say they're not trying to make people proud really are, but they really say, I'm proud of myself, whatever. You say that because the person that you want to be proud of you don't recognize the shit you're doing. So you say stuff like, I'm proud of myself. That's good though. That's a good exercise. But let's grow together, right? The pandemic happened. Shit got weird. Shit was already weird before that. And then shit was already weird. Shit was already weird before shit was already, shit was weird. And we got to figure this shit out. We got to get it in together. All I know is that I want to perform. That's it. At this point in my career, in my life, I just want to perform and write books and do comic strips and comic books. In this right here, like if this pans out, continue to do this shit right here. I don't want to rely on Hollywood. The strike, the pandemic should have scared me from becoming, like, wanting to continue being a comic. If I'm being 100%, the pandemic should have scared the shit out of me and say, I can't do that anymore because when we can't go outside, I don't have a career. And now it's the strike and the writer strike and the actor strike and nobody's working. Nobody's dream is being crushed. I said I'm being raw. I'm going to make sure that the microphone, I can't tell you how many times I recorded and then come back and the shit hasn't been recorded. I can't tell you how many times I've done that where I've like been recording, I've been talking and the shit wasn't recording. So I have PTSD. That shit wasn't on PTSD. So yes, this is the plan. I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to create some content and I'm going to give you some stuff along the way. I'm not going to waste your time because I don't like to waste my time. So I'm going to do this. Blogs will come from this. Sketches will come from this. And books definitely will come from this. I want to perform. I'm reading my note cards. I want to perform without people thinking or telling me that, that's the other thing. I had to read my notes. I want to perform somewhere and not have to feel like someone makes it like where they're doing me a favor. Because if you don't have a lot of followers, if you're not huge, if you're not a celebrity, clubs book you because the people they really want aren't available. And they treat you like shit. And, your money's low and you got to do a lot of the work or whatever. Or if you live in LA and you perform at comedy clubs, unless you sell tickets, the other bookings are either we like you or we're doing you a favor or you're fucking annoying us and we want to give you the spot so you'll leave us alone. Hopefully you're good or whatever, right? There's nothing worse than getting booked someplace because you asked to get booked there. And I think having to ask, can you book me someplace, it's a little uncomfortable because it's like you're not being thought of as somebody they would want to book. You had to like remind them, hey, I do comedy and I'm good. And they'll be like, oh, well, I can't get such and such. So yeah, you'll do, but I'm not paying you what I would pay that other person, right? If you live in LA and LA comics aren't living off of comedy, that's impossible out in LA. It's so many free shows. New York comics can make a living off of doing stand up. Maybe Chicago. I don't know about Chicago. I don't know shit about Chicago. Not in San Francisco. New York is probably the only place I can think of where people can make a living off of comedy and not have to leave the city. Every other place you got to be fucking. So the reason I want my numbers to go up in following so I can book the theaters. Like I said, book a little 150 theater, money goes straight in my pocket. I'm not stressing. I'm not doing drugs to get through the day. Just I'm not. I don't want a lot. I don't want. I don't want a lot. I don't think I wanted a lot when I thought I wanted a lot, but I know I don't want a lot now. Like I'm good. The thing I'm about to carve out, I'm good. Like I don't need to be on red carpets. I don't want to be on red carpets. Have you seen what people do on red carpets? I don't need to be an award show. It's bullshit. Like Jadakiss says, my kids can't eat no plaques. But also at the same time, I don't want to make content for the sake of making content. Like I want to have something to say. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I mean, I can ramble all day about anything and I can ramble about dumb shit just to fill the gap of silence, dead air, to create content. And hopefully out of that 5, 10, 15, 20, however many minutes that shit that I put together lasts, you find something in it to make you say, oh, I'm going to keep coming back for this guy because he did that or whatever. I don't want to have to do all that. I want either I want to inform you on something, educate you on something, inspire you, with entertainment, and also possibly, make a connection, depending on who you are. A genuine. And, you got to be there for that shit. So, story time. I got a dog during the pandemic. I got a black Labrador retriever. His name is Cornell West Vance. Yeah. Beautiful black lab. I say he's full lab because I choose to believe that he's a full lab. And anything can be whatever you want it to be if that's what you want it to be and you say it out loud enough times. I've watched it happen in real time. I love this dog. I didn't think I would. I tried not to love it. And I tried not to love it because I know it's going to die. And I have a problem loving things that I know are going to die. It's a thing for me. So I have this dog and I love him and I want to spend time with him and I want to give him a backyard. Like, I want to give my dog a backyard the way men who love their wives want to give their wife a home if you live in an apartment, right? You're like, I want to give my wife a home. That's how much I love my wife. I want to give her a home and carry her over the doorstep and blah, 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 right? I love my dog enough to where I want to give him a backyard that he can run around in. But I'm also like, if I don't get it by a certain time, he's going to be too old to enjoy the backyard. And I'm going to be like, the fuck was all that hard work for if you weren't going to be here long enough to enjoy it? Dark, I know. I'm also trying to reestablish myself and prove to be consistent. I'm not doing crowd work. I'm going to say it again because I'm not doing crowd work. You're not going to come see me at a show and I'm going to talk to you the entire time like I'm interviewing you. That's great that other people could do it. I'm not doing it. There's one performer at the show, me. Now you can try me and we can get into it and I promise you, you will lose. Not because I'm going to get you kicked out of the club, but because you can't win. This tongue is sharp. It should be registered. I'm not playing with you. Do not come to my show and try to like duel with me. You're going to lose. And then you're going to get mad. And then you're going to want to fight me because you were 23 years old and you fucked a 15-year-old. And the only reason I'm popping that little Easter egg in there because I'm going to bring it up later, right? I'm not going to, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to be ripping a whole bunch of shit from the headlines. If I see something that interests me, I'll jump on it. I'll talk about it. But I'm not going each week to be like, and then can you believe this happened? I'm not doing this. This is not a fucking entertainment show. I'm not fucking going to sit here and pop gum with lip gloss and talk about how Lizzo did anything. That's not happening. Let me tell you what I'm not going to do also. I'm not going to do gossip. I'm not going to say, oh, did you hear? We're not doing gossip. We're not doing gossip. We're not doing gossip. We're not even going to do a show about determining what is gossip and not realizing that you're gossiping while you are trying to determine what isn't and what is gossip. And the only reason I'm making that analogy because I've seen somebody do their podcast about trying to determine what is gossip and what isn't gossip, because in real life this person really gossips, but they're almost trying to like say, I hate gossip so much, I'm gonna talk about it for a whole episode so nobody will ever think that I gossip. But this motherfucker gossip like a woman. It's a guy, but he gossips like a woman at a hair salon. And the only reason I'm using that analogy because my family owned a hair salon and that's where women go to talk. Proof. I'm not doing a pissing contest with anybody on social media. So if any comic or anybody has a problem with me, you have a problem with yourself because I'm fucking not talking to you. You can kick rocks. I'm not going to be making content for content's sake. If I make something, it's because I really want to do it. I really enjoy that. I'm not going to be throwing spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks in hopes that you laugh or whatever to get some clicks. I'm not about to sit here and do reaction videos like, oh my God, did he just make a chicken sandwich? I ain't never seen chicken with Kool-Aid. I'm not doing that bullshit either. And what the hell is a mukbang? I'm not fucking with that. I don't even know what that is. What I will do is akin to ASMR for people who are trying to find their place in the world. This is going to be an ASMR. We're going to talk about trying to find your place in the world, the things you do, the attempts you make, the mistakes you make, the good, the bad, the ugly, the crazy. And we're gonna get it in. And I may expose myself on some shit that I don't want to. Let me tell you why I'm okay with if anybody's like, I'm gonna die one day. Don't know the time nor the hour, but I'm gonna die one day. And then when I'm dead, I'm gonna be asleep. And when I say sleep like it don't matter if the Mexican man in my neighborhood goes by screaming tamales, tamales, tamales real loud at 7 o'clock in the morning, like somebody wants a fucking tamale at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. I don't want a tamale and a fucking bell. Pick one. My formula for my podcast is how long I have existed, my experiences, and then that's my perspective. That's the formula. And what I'm not going to do is argue with anybody about my perspective. You're not going to gaslight me. You're not going to convince me to look at something a different way. You can say, hey, had you ever considered? You can throw some stats at me. You could point me in a direction where I can read something that gives me some context to what it is I'm talking about. And maybe I may change my point of view, but there's nothing anyone can do to change my perspective on what I have been through and how I have been treated and how I felt and how I processed it. And you're not going to tell me you need to go to therapy so you can understand how to process your abuse better. Fuck out of here. I'm a black man who grew up in the South. And look, my dream was to be more than a nigga. I don't know any other way to say that. I just been trying to be more. I've been trying to be more than a stereotype. I've been trying to be more than a nigga. I've been trying to be more than someone who couldn't enunciate. I've been trying to be more than somebody who fucking don't work. I've been trying hard not to just be. I don't want to be a fucking bald-headed black guy with a belly with goose eye with fucking eyes look like you're being choked. And look, the reason I'm making this description, I'm going to talk about my villains in my life. And one of my villains looks like Admiral Akbar. He has a belly, he's bald, he's being choked like a black frog. And Admiral Akbar had a baby and is a Q. I don't know what the fuck. Y'all will take anybody, but this person is a villain in my life. Disgusting. But I'm a black man from the South who wanted to be more than a nigga. And I'm going to talk about those obstacles. I'm going to talk about what I've been through. I'm going to talk about how I wanted to be, how I've been trying to be something, and people still been like, hey, are you sure that's what you want to do? Or here's the funny part. I was born in the South, wanted to be more than a nigga, wanted to be more than somebody who fucking went to college, got a degree in something, and got a job, bought a house, worked at a job for 30 years, and then retired and sat on my fucking porch and looked at my Cadillac that I wash every day because that's the gift I gave myself for going to work every day at a job that never appreciated me in the fucking first place. There are people who knock me. There are people who prey on my downfall. There are people who, instead of saying, yo, I really hope you make that shit, I really hope you succeed because then you'll be a better example, or this will be amazing, or it'll open up a new legacy, they think it's dumb, or they don't believe in you or me in that particular situation and want you to fail. So they can say, look at your dumb ass. You ain't shit because you didn't make it. And that's wrong. I'm the shit because I try. Bitches. I didn't want to be subjugated to, being a stereotype. And in the quest of me trying to be more than a nigga, I have mental distress. I have had abuse. I've been homeless. I've been told that how I was treated by somebody don't mean anything because I'm not as important as the person who mistreated me. I've had to live with that shit. That's crazy. I've had to deal with the fact that, let me tell you what I do every day. I try to find a way to impress my manager so he'll continue to work for me by calling other people and say, hey, I got this black guy over here that I really think can make us some money if you put this fucking horse to work. I spend a lot of time trying to stay sexy for my trainer so he'll put me in the fucking race. I try to constantly come up with jokes and ideas and be like, hey, what about this? And hey, what about that? And what about this? The problem is I'm pitching things that are not normally done by people with my fucking complexion. So it's hard to sell these people on this magical Negro because black intellectuality is frowned upon in society. This podcast is going to be an amalgamation of my writings. I do a blog called EAT, which stands for Emotionally Available Today. I'm going to write a whole bunch of them, and I'm going to put them together in a book, and I'm going to sell them. This podcast is going to be my interest in writing, my sense of humor, therapy that I go to. I go to therapy. I talk about therapy. I'm thinking about being a therapist. I'm going to talk about books that I'm reading, comic books, film, music. I love music. I used to work at a radio station. I've always wanted to be a DJ. The only thing I ask is that, remember, hold on one second, call to action. Remember, you don't meet who you want to meet. You meet who you're meant to meet. So, I said that the other day. I said, you don't meet who you want to meet. You meet who you are meant to meet. So if you are watching this, we are meant to meet each other. I apologize for flubbing. I'm really trying to be structured right now, and I think I'm doing an okay job. I don't know how long I've been talking. I have a website. This is an art project. This right here for me is an art project, and and it's going to go into an art museum. And the art museum that I'm going to create is going to be my website. I'm going to write my stories. I'm going to write about how I was a side dude. I'm going to write about my dog. I'm going to write about my experience with Ron Artest, with Arsenio Hall, with Paul Mooney, Robert Townsend. I'm going to write about my dog. I'm going to write about dating. I'm going to write about this girl I dated in junior high school who fucked my best friend. And then I took her back because I had very, 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 very low self-esteem. And then my self-esteem became even lower when I realized that this person who had me thinking that I don't deserve them or that they're better than me, not even true. Just subscribe to the podcast, share it with your friends. I'm going to talk about relationships and dating. A couple of months ago, I had shot a whole bunch of episodes, and I was really like on this therapy tip, and I was dissecting words and what they meant, and I'm still going to do it, like regret and passion and romance and love and betrayal and prayer, like things that I have questions about. And I tried to do it like in this void space, like I was inside my head because I was trying to be fucking random acts of flyness and deep and shit. And it just kept falling apart because I was asking for favors from shitty people who will let you know that they're doing fucking philanthropy, and that's not how philanthropy works. But this is how I'm going to do it. This is my format going forward, and I can do this whether or not I live in California, Michigan, Denver, outside of North Carolina. I'm never going back to North Carolina. I may put this on the Patreon, but I have a website. I'm having it on all the streaming platforms that podcasts go on, YouTube, Vimeo. I'm having it on Vimeo. And then it'll stream wherever fucking podcast stream. If you want to support it, you can be a donor to the podcast because I have a big project in mind once this whole season, I'm calling this a season of Just Killing Time, is done. I had to make sure my camera was still rolling because fucking, I can't even tell you how many times I've been recording. That shit just been stopped and I've been talking. I'm fucking yelling at the clouds. What else? I got some shirts that I'm gonna sell with the Brick Wall logo on it. It's a lot of things I'm covering. Subscribe, follow this. I got a whole thing I'm about to build. Trust me, I'm doing I'm building a one-man show that I want to do in Dallas. I think I want to start it in Dallas. So Dallas know that I want to do my first one-man show, and I want to start it in Dallas and take it on the road. It's going to be dope. It's going to be about all the stuff that I'm going to talk out here, but that I write about, and then like it's going to be dope. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can email me at jkt podcast@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Instagram if you have questions. YouTube, you can send messages or whatever. But you just support it. Like I can't tell you how something good has to happen to me because I'm so uncomfortable. And I guess they say what you want is on the other side of it. It's outside your comfort zone. So right now, like asking people to follow, and it's a lot for me. It's really a lot. It's a Taurus thing. It's a Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio thing wrapped all in one. I don't know. It's a podcast. It's Just Killing Time. Oh, the quote that I used, the James Baldwin quote about, the scariest thing in the world, in society, is a man who has nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. So trust me when I tell you I'm going to let loose. I'm going to tell you about the stories about my ex-barber trying to extort me out of my unemployment money. People who I helped not get beat up while another man was in their home. So much meat on the bone. This is the podcast. Just Killing Time. Moranzio Vance. Welcome to the show.